Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. And today we look at Antonio Conte. Inter Milan this season showed real intent in the Serie A, but were just short by a point behind Juventus. The Nerazzurri's tactics are very well known. Antonio Conte starts with a 3-5-2 using industrious wings and pragmatic vertical passing. With the acquisition of Romelu Lukaku, he could easily implement the formation as Lautaro was already in the squad. His 5-man midfield are divided in 1 and 4, as a playmaker like Brozovic sitting deep, who had the same responsibility like Pirlo in his Juventus days. Building up from the back, either a ball-playing defender or the number 6 prefers vertical passes, breaking the opposition's line of defense. The midfielder often moves wide to create extra passing options, or one of the forwards drops deep to receive direct pass from the defenders. Lukaku's aerial and physicality comes into play. He holds up the ball and attracts opposition's praise. This opens up a lot of space behind the defense to be exploited by the other forward or the advancing midfielders. Playing in a double forward system has improved Lukaku's game, as he scored almost double than last season. His shots per game ratio and key passes per game has improved a lot. The combination play in various parts of the pitch is an important aspect of this system. In defensive transitions, top priority is to convert into a 5-man defense with an emphasis on zonal marking, cutting the passing lanes in the middle of the pitch and allow opponents to play at wide areas, often giving space to switch. However, we see a different approach when he was at Chelsea. He started with 4-3-3, but the results were not satisfactory at the start. He was quick to switch into his comfortable back 3, but to adapt to his players, he used a mid 4. A mid block of Conte and Matic complemented the defense, where either Azpilicueta or David Luiz came forward to play the vertical balls. The two wing-backs, as always, walked up and down, providing both attack and defense. This meant the wingers in the 4-3-3 system were not needed to assist the defense, which unleashed Eden Hazard as a wide forward who was terrific that season and was rightfully adjudged Player of the Year. After a horrendous previous season, he scored 16 league goals in that campaign and registered 2.1 shots per game. The forward line of Pedro Orbellian, Hazard and Costa was dynamic. Costa engaged the centre-backs or held up the play to allow the wide forwards to run into the wide spaces. The full-backs often pushed up to create an overload on the flanks. At times, the full-backs pushed inside and the wingers stayed on the wings to surprise the opposition defenders. Chelsea went on to hold the number 1 position for 27 weeks straight, ultimately lifting the trophy. Like every formation, it has its flaws as well. In a match against Manchester United, Jose Mourinho exploited the loopholes of the system. Herrera and Darmian man-marked Eden Hazard and Pedro respectively from the beginning to allow the wide men to mark Alonso and Victor Moses. This created spaces in midfield, which helped Lingard and Rashford to exploit against their centre-backs. In another match against Spurs, Pochettino used the same 3-4-3 formation, where Dele Alli and Eriksen pressed their midfield and often tucked into wide spaces. Ali targeted Azpilicueta and Eriksen tried many crosses from the right, providing 2 assists for Ali. De Zerbi's Sassuolo showed Inter's weakness against pressing. With continuous movements, rotation of positions and asymmetric formation during the build-up phase, the Inter players faced a lot of problems, not only in deciding whom to mark but also with the numerical superiority that the opponents were creating around the ball. Lack of experience is also a huge factor, as many had their first title race of their career and they lost their way from top midway of the season. Conte is still a manager who uses a 2-man forward and also won the Premier League playing back 3 regularly. With few more reinforcements next season, he can end the monopoly of Juventus. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up, share with your friends, and a gracious subscribe will really motivate us. Thank you for watching.